Presidents do change the buildings. Nixon put in a bowling alley. Obama made the tennis court a basketball court. I can't get this mad about everything, Mike.
I'm not mad. It's not a question of being mad. It's a question of understanding what the symbolism is and what
the symbolism is. He's not leaving. That's what bothers me about it.
Exactly.
Is that who puts in a giant ballroom if you're leaving? Okay, but that's the issue, not the building.
But I'm saying, if this was the only impulsive, reckless, driven by his own, desire for self-aggrandizement, if this was the only thing he had done on that front, then I would give you it's just a building. But it's not. It's part of a manner of governing that is tearing at some of the foundations, the institutional foundations in this country, and that's scary.
Well, that's what I'm much more concerned about, those kind of things, the institutional foundation.
You know, I'm just so glad I am no longer a part of the left anymore. It is just so exhausting. I mean, every day there's something new to be outraged about.
Democrats in general sometimes are insane. Before we proceed with this latest video, there is something they are melting down right now. This is Hillary Clinton. It is not his house. It is your house, and he is destroying it. White House begin demolishing his wing facade to build Trump ballroom. I don't know. Trump is making this place to be beautiful, but Democrats are taking it to another level. I've seen the kind of message they are putting out. This is Elizabeth Warren. You are trying to say the cost of living is skyrocketing. Donald Trump can't hear you over the sound of bulldozer demolishing a wing of the White House to build a new grand ballroom. What is the problem with this? Why are Democrats like this? He's not using your taxpayer dollars to do this work. Why the meltdown?
So yeah, here we go again. Although I'd never support Trump or anyone who supports Trump crowd is about to have a full-blown identity crisis. Why? Do pray tell. That privately funded list just came out. And guess who's helped funding that new White House ballroom? Still not your tax dollars. No. Some of your favorite brands. Let's start with Apple. Yeah, that device that you're probably watching this on. The same one that you post Trump as a fascist from. I hate to tell you, you just made a campaign donation with Face ID. Better chuck that iPhone and grab a flip phone, Patriot. Salute! Comcast, time to unplug. No Netflix, no Hulu. Just sit there and stare at a blank screen and think about your life choices. You okay over there? Google, you better not Google how to cancel Prime, because congrats, you just supported Trump twice. Why? Because guess who's next? Amazon. Yeah, that same place that you order your fake ass eyelashes and that live, laugh, love sign that you definitely don't live, laugh, or love by. You better delete Prime, sweet cheeks. Guess it's back to waiting in line at Walmart like the rest of us peasants, since you're on your iOS and all, bougie. HP. Hope you didn't print that no hate in my state sign on an HP printer. That's basically a GOP ATM now. Time to hand right in, champ. Lockheed Martin. You scream defund the military and now your defense contractors out here buying chandeliers for said ballroom. You're basically sponsoring the next Marine Corps ball, my friend. Meta. That orange man bad meme you posted? It's hanging on the wall in the new ballroom. Doing the cha-cha. Delete your account because you're more than likely watching this on a Meta platform and boosting this post at the same time just by watching. Microsoft. Word, Teams, Outlook, all of it. It's basically Microsoft now. Dust off that typewriter and live your truth. And lastly, T-Mobile. Every pink phone and text trash and Trump, yeah, you just pay for the drywall. If you're serious about not supporting Trump or anyone who supports Trump, start packing. Unplug, unfollow, uninstall. You're moving to the woods with a rotary phone and 2 pigeons. Have a good one.
I don't know where to start.
They'd rather soldiers' families go hungry than Trump get credit. And yet, they're still hung up on the ballroom.
He thinks that he has the authority to go and destroy, what is essentially a sacred historic site and put up, a palace because he thinks he's a king.
A palace? Trump thinks he's a king? Obama thought he was a god. Remember he descended from Mount Olympus and spoke like Caesar surrounded by Greek columns? He told us he had the power to lower the world's oceans. His nickname was the Messiah. The media gave him a halo. But Trump builds a ballroom for the country and Democrats are stunned speechless.
Tonight, sources tell ABC News President Trump is aiming to tear down the entire east wing of the White House.
It's almost like Democrats have never been anywhere near a construction site. Pocahontas and Hot Dog Amy sound like a bunch of hippies.
No, it is actually a demolition zone. That is what it is. Look at that.
Oh,
unbelievable.
Wow. This is a construction zone. You know, Donald Trump can't hear people asking for help because there's all the
machinery.
I
mean, these are like bulldozers taking down the people's house right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, construction's noisy, ladies. It's men at work. He's building you a place to dance in a dress. What a gentleman. Obama hosted state dinners in a tent. Dignitaries from all over the world would come to the White House, and they weren't allowed to go inside the White House. They ate dinner outside on the grass. And you know where they went to the bathroom? In a porta potty. Prime ministers had to use a porta potty. Imagine Merkel in a porta potty. It's disgusting. It also ruined the lawn. You couldn't even use Marine One. The tent was so big. This was law.
Well, it has been ripped out.
Trump's not like demolishing the First Lady's office and making them work remotely. It's an upgrade.
Look at this. The list of private donors for President Trump's White House ballroom was released. Major progress is being made with demolitions at the East Wing. The donor list include Amazon, Coinbase, Comcast, Hard Rock, Google, Microsoft, and you can see this, Comcast. I don't know why people on MSNBC are crying every single day. I'm not going straight into this. Chelsea Clinton said this, slammed Trump for demolishing the East Wing of the White House. What was dismantled today is not just marble or plastic. It is a reflection of how easily history can be erased when power forgets purpose. I believe you heard what Megyn Kelly said here. Obama did something.
So the White House has explained that the reason you didn't submit construction plans to the NCPC is because that commission, along with others, don't have oversight over demolitions, but only over construction. And so far, you haven't built anything. So can you help us understand, can the president tear down anything he wants without oversight? Can he demolish this building or say the Jefferson Memorial?
So it's not the...
Yes, before we proceed, Congresswoman Jasmine, today the White House press secretary told the country that this ridiculous damn ballroom is the president's main priority, not reopening the government, not lowering the cost of grocery, not lowering the cost of housing, not lowering the cost of healthcare, building a ballroom. I don't know why this lady can't understand that private donors pay for this. And you saw the list at the beginning of the video. Now, they want to investigate President Trump for building this. Watching Tim Obama on MSNBC, this is what the guy had to say.
Any executive authority. And more likely, this is part of what Donald Trump has been doing since day one of his presidency, running the largest pay-to-play scheme in the history of the country, and probably soliciting donations from people who've got business before the United States government. And all of this is going to have to be investigated. It will. All of this will have to be uncovered. It will. And these people are going to be held accountable no matter how long it takes. That's going to be the reality of the situation. And that's our warning to all of these people participating in this scheming to manipulate taxpayer dollars and, of course, to destroy the people's house. The White House belongs to the American people. It doesn't belong to Donald Trump.
Point out that none of those things were done without permission. Everybody knew it was happening. This, nobody knew when it was happening. Nobody knows how it's happening. You say that it's being paid for by other people, but you know it's always going to come down to the people. The people are always going to end up paying something. So,
because it is Trump, if it was another president, you will not see this. When Obama was doing this, no noise. CNN even reported. But now they changed the tone. That should tell you a lot. I don't want to prolong the video. I'm going to end here. Thank you guys for always been there sharing all my videos. God bless you abundantly. And as of the short clips, that is for the YT algorithm.
And they were people. Almost exactly what Trump. Have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us. It's history.
When I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, he even gets an
If the Democrats...
Because how many times somebody asks?
4.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't do that.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama.
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC. I want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech.
A right to have a television show.
All the same people that are in these polite...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
And by the way, do we really have